Hey guys, Adam Winch here with Defenders USA. I'm here with Joel Miller of Santan Physical Therapy, and I think this is a really interesting idea that he's come up with. It's a passionate area for me, and he's come up with a great idea to address this. So let's jump straight into it.
Great.
First of all, would you introduce yourself to our audience?
As you said, I'm Joel Miller. I've been a physical therapist for 23 years and excited to be here with you and share some of my insights on how to keep you injury-free, hopefully, for all the things that you were doing.
So we're here at his clinic in Queen Creek area. Just a fantastic place. These people have fixed me. Stuff I've spent years ruining, they have spent a very short amount of time fixing things I should have come to them for a long time ago. But in the meantime, we got talking about posture and stance and grip and how we can, one, mitigate injury and deal with injury later if have to. So in this process, I want to talk about the mitigation of injury while you're having weapons with you, whether it's a long gun, such as this one here, or say my H&K VP9 handgun that's here. So we're going to get into this, and he's got a really cool thing to show us once we talk about it. So,
yeah, this is a repetitive injury sport you're in.
Yeah.
And I say sport, but there's a lot more to it than that, but it's repetitive.
Yeah.
A lot of the same position over time that can cause injury if you're not in good posture, good body position.
Especially as you're holding heavy stuff at distance from the spine. And to me, that even includes a handgun at distance from the spine. Okay, so guys and girls, this is one of my rifles here. I just recently picked up or received an H&K AR from H&K themselves. I haven't outfitted it yet. I just got it. So this is showing you my old one here. But understand it's clear. There's nothing inside. It's been checked and verified. And we have a safe area this way behind the camera, a safe wall and all. So, right, there's no rounds in this. There's no bullets here. I didn't bring any rounds for this AR-15. So we're completely safe here. And Joel, if you don't mind, do you mind looking inside? Do you see anything inside that looks like a bullet?
Nothing inside.
Okay, so he doesn't see anything inside. I've cleared this a couple different ways. So internet Nazis, calm down. We're doing everything safe. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave the bolt open on this. If it drops, it drops. But here's what I want you to show. In fact, let me step over here if you don't mind. Let's switch spots here. Okay, so the three main positions that I see most people when they use rifles of some type, a long gun, and let's just say good old-fashioned deer hunting Joe, right? If you're deer hunting or whatever else, we tend to put the stock of the rifle into the shoulder here. So notice how far it is from my spine. It's pretty far out, and then we tend to lay down to the stock almost like you're laying down on a pillow.
Right.
Now, if we turn to the other way, if you look at my spine from the back, if I did that, I'm laying down to the spine.
Yep. Look how much his head is curved here. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But if you turn back this way again, show that position again.
You don't want to go towards that window, so let me go right here. Okay, so up here, and then I just lay down. That's what standard people are doing is standard.
It might be hard to see here, but you can, the way this shoulder is rounded in to cup to the back of the stock here. I just want to point that out. Okay,
so the other way you often see this is people bring the stock way down. And I shouldn't have worn a black shirt. I didn't even think about that today. But they bring the stock way down. Then they further exasperate it by laying down to the stock. And notice how badly hunched I am and what a severe thing it has on the spine. Okay, so let me show you the other position that I see. So the more tactical people tend to bring the stock more towards the center line, right? You really want it closer to the center line of the sternum here. So if you can see the butt stock on black against black, sorry about that, I didn't think of it, but they tend to bring the stock down here and then they tend to hunch down to the rifle itself. So you'll see the tactical guys. I have a safe wall over there just so you can see this, but often the tactical guys will come down here and they'll hunch down like this as they move to the target, okay?
Can you see how forward that head position is there?
Which is a breakdown of position, right? Loss of strength.
Yep.
Furthermore, let me go to the back so you can see it. Notice, safe wall back here. Notice all they're doing is hunching down to this, and you see all that big hunch that's in the back of the gun. And right. Okay. So that's how one way see it. Here's the other way you see it, especially people who've worn a lot of body armor, right? Between the military, police world, SWAT team and all, I've worn a lot of body armor. So you'll see people do this, and I think it actually encourages correct posture, correct shooting, is the toe of the buttstock tends to actually be high. It tends to I bring it close to the center line, but it's high. In fact, the toe of this buttstock here is actually sticking up above my shoulder, and I'm really bringing the gun to the eye, and I'm just aligning the gun to the eye. So really everything posture-wise is still staying very much in line. So I'll go to this side.
Yep.
Posture-wise, everything is staying pretty much in line.
His neck is much more upright, and his shoulders are in a much better position.
So let me go this way, back to this one, so you can see it from the rear.
Yep.
Okay, so notice those three different postures. Really, when you think about it, let me get rid of the rifle real quick. When you think about it, you're really just doing one, good old Johnny deer hunting, right?
Yep.
Is laying down to it. Oftentimes the tactical people tend to hunch down hard into it. And then you got those of us who stay up high with that from a strength perspective. You've got a great way to demo this. Guys, watch this for a second. This is pretty cool, but it's important for you for injury mitigation.
So I wanted to show you.
Let's come back here first so they can
Yep.
see the whole thing. So notice he's got this cool spine deal thing, and it's all bendy, and I just want to hit people with it. It's kind of cool. It's floppy like a whip.
The way our spine is stacked, it creates holes. It might be hard to see on the camera.
You might have
there,
to go closer even, I guess.
but it creates holes for our nerves to come out. So we have one bone stacked on another. There's a half of an arch on the top one, and there's a cup on the bottom one. And as you piece them together like Legos, you have a spot where the yellow represents the nerves, comes out from the spine.
Okay.
Now, when we've got the first, you said Joe deer hunter,
Right.
is in his
So this is
position.
looking at the spine from the back.
Yep, looking that way.
Okay.
And he's tilted over looking at his, thank you, through his sights. That closes this hole down on this side at multiple levels here. So we have a huge opportunity, especially with repeated dry firing, repeated position attainment there to pinch on that nerve. That can lead to, of course, nerve damage. You could get some stuff, arms, weakness in the arm, tingling down the arm, and eventually it can cause some permanent damage in there.
Well, and if you think about it really from a bodily structural thing, you talk to the jiu-jitsu guys and stuff, anytime you take the bones that are supposed to be and you bend them in ways that they're not supposed to be, we lose a lot of strength too, right? Okay. So maybe we should come this way a little bit. It looks like a camera. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now what about this one where we're getting down, maybe the gun's more center and we're tactical turtling it, as they call it in the gun world. You're hunching down as you see with me. What about that? What does that do?
So that similarly, it also closes down those holes, but it tends to happen on both sides. So instead of just getting the one side pinched, now you're getting both sides pinched in this position.
So really if we took this in, so this would be open and normal, right? Am I correct there?
Yep. So
That would be
normal
open.
spine, yeah. It's
But if I
hard to hear.
But if I tactical turtle into it, I've pressed, I'm trying to do it so the camera see it, I've pressed down and arched like this.
And now you've got a nice compression in there.
So that ultimately you see that is causing injury over time.
Yes. So not only for us young folks, it can cause some pinching in there, but as you age in there, so if you're a little bit older than we are, you have a little more of an arthritic spine, you have a lot more chance to cause rubbing and injury to those tissues. And you see that in different ways. Sometimes, and the neck here, interestingly, between, I'll get fancy here, between C5 and C6, the nerves between that level there run down and innervate the shoulder. So if we're pinching on this quite a bit, you can start to develop some weakness and pain symptoms in the shoulder coming from the neck.
So when we're saying that from the shooting world, we see people both with handguns and rifles tactical turtle down a lot. Is that what you're talking about, the C5?
Exactly.
Okay, so what about the other one where my posture was up higher? I'm really just kind of standing solid or grounded to the balls of my feet on the ground, and my posture is just up, and I'm bringing the gun to the eye. Do you see the one that gives muscular strength or structural strength in a sense? And do you think it's has any liability of injury over the long term?
No, you're in a much better position there, and you're actually creating a mechanical advantage for your muscles in there to create stability for that position. So you're going to be more accurate, and you're going to be able to shoot longer in that position.